Hi, I'm Em, and today we're going to do some toy upgrading. It's a great challenge and a great excuse to live your Toy Story Sid life. Everybody has one of these lying in the bottom of a cupboard somewhere, and they are great for craft things. I'm so sorry about this, but it will be worth it. For me, at least. So for this craft, we just need her hands. We're going to turn them into a really cool hand heart necklace. But please, if you're doing this, do not, it's disclaimer time, do not use someone's beloved doll, okay? We are going to start by cutting off this hand. I'm so sorry. She looks so nonchalant about it though, actually. And voila, a tiny little hand. I'm just going to screw in this eye hook here so that I've got something I can attach it to the necklace with. And a nice bit of gold paint. So shiny. While that's drying, I'm going to snip off her other hand. I'm just going to stick the two together with some super glue, creating that little heart in between the thumbs. And it's ready for the chain. There we go. Finished Barbie necklace. I think it's turned out really nice. And I do have plans for the rest of her, so stay tuned for those. Now, anybody that's had squishies before knows they are really fun, but they do get tatty really quickly. This little guy, he is no longer living his best life. And instead of keeping him as a s'more, I thought it would actually be really fun to turn him into sort of a mystical potion book. But to do that, we're gonna need to lose them and his eyes. So let's start with your little eyes. I'm really sorry about this. I think if I get his little cheeks as well. Because ideally I want to make this so that it's flat and then I can use this bit as pages. And then a second eye. Sorry about this, Mr. Squishy. That cheek as well. There we go. He looks so scary. All I see is darkness. So now that's done, it's time for the spine. I'm going to use this piece of upholstery foam and some big old gloop of fabric glue. Squish that on there. I'll use a ton of pins to hold this in place while it dries. I'm going to fill in these dips. Just going to squish that all over there and smooth it out with some cardboard. I think this is going to need a bit more paint because shock horror, foam is surprisingly absorbent. To do the pages, I'm just drawing lines with that 3D fabric paint. And now for a colour, I'm going to use blue as my base colour. I've thinned my fabric paint down a little bit with some water just to help it spread a bit better. I'm adding brown wash to these pages just to make it look older. And I'm dabbing away the extras with some tissue. I'm going to do the same on the front of the book as well. Dab, dab, dab. I'm going to do some gold detailing, like most of those fancy old books had. And I'm actually using a sculpting tool to do this writing. Again, I just dipped it in some gold paint just to get that kind of embossed feel. And the tab that I did leave, I'm turning into a bookmark. And there we go. With a fair amount of paint, we have the very first potion book squishy. Now I've just got to resist the urge to make a whole little library. I don't need it. I don't need a library of squishy books. Like any reasonable adult, I love me a dinosaur. And a while ago, I saw this fantastic dinosaur lamp. It was far beyond my price range. So instead, I thought I'd make my very own using this majestic beast. Gonna have to cut the voice box out though. First things we need to do is decide where our light is gonna go. I got this really cool kit, I think it's like £4 and it's just a lamp that isn't a lamp. And we're going to start by drawing a hole big enough for this to go in. I'm going to draw it out because I'm not cutting this freehand. I think that would be a bad plan. I'm going to cut this bit, but like keep inside the line because I want it to like just fit. I'm just going to remove this little section here and start on our dino surgery. I'm going to do a nice big cut down here and along this side just so that I can get in and remove all the stuffing. There is so much stuffing inside this dinosaur. I'm not even kidding, this went on for so long. How is there still more stuffing in this dinosaur? I'm just going to take out the little voice box there. And now it's time to mark out where I want the switch to go. I quite like it on his little posy leg. So just as before, I'm drawing around it and cutting on the inside of the line to keep it a nice tight fit. Just gonna pop it all in now and push that through there. I'm taping them up so they stay in place while I use expanding foam. Remember to wear gloves. Oh, look at it go! Now that's that, I'm gonna take that off and paint him. I just sponged on a couple of blues and some gold paint to create this. Just gonna paint your horns there, nice and shiny. And it's time for the bulb. I'm using this Edison style one. It's actually an LED bulb, so you know, a lot safer. And here he is! My finished dinosaur lamp. It's turned out really nicely actually. You know it's fancy because it's got gold on it. It'll fit nicely with the rest of my very grown up decor. That's that for the toy upgrades. We've thoroughly transformed all three of these. I've had a great time making them and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. If you want to see more of stuff like this, let us know. If you want to find out what I do with the Barbie, if there's enough interest, I'll film that as well. Alright. Happy crafting!